What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Try for Life 69.
And Joe 93.
And Joey, how many subs?
100 subs.
Alright, Joey. We wanted to, first of all, we brought you back to Interchange, the map that started it all. And, the map me and Joey first learned how to spawn trap. And remember, I told you I was going to show you how illegal this gun was. So I'm just going to tell you my class before we start the story. Because, remember back then we told you we were going to start the story of when we went to Treyarch Studios. It's not a real story. It's just something we say to play around, but whatever. My class is the L86 with silencer and thermal, double attachment, secondary akimbos, specialist package, hardline, sleight of hand, quick draw, and my regular perks is scavenger, hardline, and stalker. But anyway, Joey, why don't we start from you were picked up at the limo to go to Treyarch Studios. Who was in the limo?
Well, Joe Pesci and Al Pacino were in the limo. Michael Jordan was the driver. And then I saw you, because everyone stopped at my house last. Save daddy for last. So, I open up the door. Actually, Michael Jordan gets out of the car. He's like, Joey, my son. I'm like, wait a minute. This can't be Michael Jordan. This is impossible. I thought you're at your camp or something, training people. For next time, He's like, nah, this is more important. You guys won the sweepstakes, and, I'm just here to help you guys, So he opens the door for me, and I go inside. I'm like, wait a minute. If I see who I think I see, that's it. I'm going to have a spaz attack. Michael Jordan's like, don't worry. Whoever you see, it's for a reason. So I open the door, and that's it. I see everyone I need to see. And that's it. We're all going there. Then we go to Al Pacino's mansion. He's like, this sounds like a great big pussy, just waiting to get fucked. Then we go inside, and that's it. The party begins.
So Joey, what happened at Treyarch Studios?
Alright, well, at their studio, remember, Al Pacino bought them. So basically, it's a mansion. So at the Treyarch mansion, they're like, oh, Joey June 93, Try Fly 69, you gotta 2v2 us right now, zombies. Let's go right now. You win, that's it. You get everything right now at the spot. Full game and everything. If you lose, nothing happens. Don't worry. You still stay here. And you get to stay here as long as you want. But we'll put a twist. If you win and it's a lot, that's it. You get to work with us. That's it. We form an alliance, and then you're the 2 new directors. And don't worry about your YouTube channel. Don't worry. You're still doing that. So don't worry. And that's it. There's gonna be a lot of shit happening at the party.
Well, who's invited? You could go back to the guest list. I know you were starting to talk about the guest list.
Oh my god, the guest list is too much though. Alright, so Joe Pesci tells me, he's like, my son, this is the guest list. It's gonna be me, Al Pacino first, then Michael Jordan, then you and Try Hard, then after that, whoever else you want. And I'm looking at the list. I'm like, okay, I look at the list first real quick? Just like I spaz out now before I spaz out later. He's like, sure, why not? I look there, and then, oh my god, I see Kevin Durant, the entire Thunder team, just waiting. I see James Harden. I'm like, yo, Harden, how's the beard treating you? He's like, oh, you want to touch him? I'm like, nah. He's like, don't worry, nothing happens. I'm like, oh, fuck, do I have to touch it? I'm like, fine, I'll touch it. And that's it. I go crazy. Touched it, I'm like, damn, what the hell? So this is the beard that gets the threes for you and in your team. He's like, yep, of course. I'm looking around, seeing who else is there. Michael Jordan's like, don't worry, take your time. There's no rush at the party. And, Treyarch is right there. They're like, how do you like zombies so far? I'm like, oh, it's ridiculous. And, it's just a big list. I can't even say all of them. I forgot half the list. Like, too many of them.
What about Ina?
Oh, my God. Come on. Damn. All right, well, for me, Ina's like my celebrity crush, even though I'll never be with her. I wish. I never will. I meet her at the party, and she's like, Joey, we gotta go inside this room real quick. I'm like, all right, let me go there now. Joe Pesci, I'll be right back. Right back. And that's it. And most likely I don't get out of the room.
Oh, man.
Illegal reasons, though.
And what's happening on the basketball court?
Oh my god. Alright, LeBron James comes out of nowhere. He's like, oh, the king is here. And then Jordan's like, excuse me? He's like, oh, my bad, daddy. My bad. The
And then
second king.
Al Pacino comes out of nowhere. Where the fuck you been?
And LeBron's like, don't worry. I was talking to Eric Postra, you know, he's like, Daddy, stay here with me. And I'm like, you know, he's like, nah, I can't. I gotta go to the party. And Eric Postra's like, but I'm not invited. He's like, well, too bad. I'm sorry, you're not invited, not invited. And then that's it, the camp. Oh my God, everyone's training. Michael Jordan's getting his half-court shots with his eyes closed, open, backwards. I'm like, this is impossible. Blindfolded, sideways. Him covering his eyes. I'm like, how? He's like, oh, this is all part of the training camp. You get this, you're guaranteed passing. You know, Kevin Durant is like, ooh, let me try. And then he does it, and that's it. I'm like, oh my God, I want to see it again. The Beard's like, my turn. Boom, goes in. LeBron's like, let me finish it off. Boom, freaking goes in. And Michael Jordan's like, let me do the finishing touches. Boom, goes in. And that's it. Everyone's just practicing.
What about my son, Scotty Brooks?
Oh, Scotty Brooks, like, LeBron, you want to join the Thunder team? Come on. I already bought you from Eric Postra. That's why he didn't join the party, because he was mad. He didn't want to tell you the bad news. And then LeBron's like, is this a joke or is this reality? He's like, it's reality. That's what Scotty Brooks says, and then that's it. He's there.
And then he tells you that. Then Joe Pesci comes out of nowhere and tells you to come to the armory. What's in the armory?
Oh my! All right, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the armory room. I'm like, well, what's inside? I'm afraid. He's like, oh, you will see. I'm looking around and I see the Thompson. I'm like, oh my God, can I pick it up? Please, can I pick it up? He's like, by all means, it's yours. It has your name on it, inscripted. I'm like, oh, what the hell?
And Joey, guess what's on the mantle?
What?
Wonderwalk with BG2.
Oh my God.
The wave gun right next to it.
I'm not allowed to look.
And then he's like, alright, it's time to go to the garage.
Oh my, I can't. It's too many things there. If I already saw the Thompson, Wonderwalk, wave gun, MP40 has to be there, MP7 has to be there. Freaking everything is there. I'm like, what the hell? The Gershkovs is here? That's impossible. That shit does not exist. He's like, oh, don't worry, I made it exist.
So what type of cars are in the garage?
Oh my God, there's Lamborghinis, there's Ferraris, there's everything. Anything that you say is in the mansion. One of each of its original and the newer version, because you know they always make newer versions of cars, like newer models. So I'm like, wait a minute, Jazz is here? I'm like, no way. And Optimus Prime, I'm like, wait a minute, what's that tank? Don't tell me this is World at War. He's like, nah, don't touch the tank. I'm like, alright, I'll touch it. And all of a sudden,
Perceptor comes out.
he's like, oh, he's like, where am I? And Optimus Prime comes out too. And then, you know, everyone's like, welcome. And that's it. It just goes crazy. And then after that, the zombies start coming out. And that's it. And then you hear Arnold Schwarzenegger, escalation. And that's it. It just starts.
Well, that's where the story ends. We'll pick it up when we get 200 subs. Alright, Joe. This is Drive for Life 69.
Georgia 93.
And see you guys later.